So I'm doing two videos today. Why? Because I don't want to get your peanut butter on my chocolate, your chocolate on my peanut butter. I don't want to mix and intermarry my talking about KJ with my main content. And there are going to be those people that have no interest in that only want to see the craft stuff and the other weird stuff, and that's fine too. So that's why I decided to split this out today and just do two videos instead of one. I'm doing pre-records because Emily D. Baker's on, and so is LB. And there are a couple things that have come up as far as KJ goes that I need to clarify today. Keep that in your mind. If you don't know who I am, I'm Suzanne Titkemeyer. I used to write for Pathos, a column called No Longer Quivering, for almost 10 years. It involved quiverful evangelical Christianity. And I kept tabs on all the crazy, assorted doings of the evangelical world. And Lord knows there was a ton of crazy. Hit like, subscribe, ring the bell notification. What I'm about to talk about are my opinions. Also, do your own research, as Renell says. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. The other thing is don't bully anybody. Don't be rude to anybody. Don't do anything to anybody I'm talking about here. Even our dear Catherine. Okay, so I wanted to talk about our dear Catherine just a hair because yesterday, Uncivil Law did a video where he said that it was all over but the shouting. That KJ and her attorney, the ever popular Graham, had completely ignored a 2-week response to a motion in court. And it was a pretty big miss because it should have been weeks ago, not right now. So 7M actually gave them sort of a pass by not filing the day that they missed the deadline. And while I'm no lawyer, everyone that I've talked to in the legal world has said, you don't get to say a dog ate my homework when you miss a legal filing date. Car wrecks, being in the hospital, crazy things like that. Maybe even running away from a hurricane or your house burning down. Something like that might be more of a legitimate claim. But you and your attorney being so focused on settling with Todd Chrisley that you forget all about having to react to the other filing doesn't work. You can't have the legal dog ate my homework option. So everything I'm hearing from various lawyers is that it's very likely that the judge is going to issue a summary judgment. I don't make up the rules. I don't even like the rules. So it is there. But the thing I had to talk about and clarify today is we have a lot of people that are buying into the many and manifold lies of one Miss Paulson. I keep being asked this again and again and again. I was in LB's live and people were talking about it. Catherine has stated that her house is in the name of her father or father-in-law. I don't remember which one it was exactly, but she's indicated at various times that the house was in the name of various other people and has stated that she's done that to keep it out of the hands of anybody for defamation purposes. Anyone thinking that they're going to get the house. And first of all, your insurance makes that, your homeowner's insurance makes that very unlikely because they usually will protect your house in the case of a judgment. Second of all, I want to point out how foolish and fictitious this lie is. And it is a lie. And I'm going to explain why it's a lie and invite you to do your own research. Okay, to take somebody's name on or off a house in the states, most states, if the house is owned outright, it's not a big deal. You go to the attorney, you switch the deed. You go to the county or the parish if you're in Louisiana and make all the changes, but you have to pay a lawyer. That's not something that you can trudge around with the documents and do yourself easily in most places. Most of the time, that's going to involve a lawyer to set that up. So you're going to be out of pocket at least some various expenses. Now, if the house is under mortgage, that's a whole different ball game. And in many jurisdictions, they're going to require the new person coming on as the homeowner to either to take out a whole new mortgage or to refinance the house, because in order to remove the one person from the mortgage and put the other one on, you're going to have to refinance. There's no way around that. And I do not believe that that was done at all. Why? Well, because in every county and parish in the U.S., well, in most of them, I'm going to say, because there may be some places where it's illegal, most of them have county tax rolls where you can go into that particular county's property tax records, put in a street address, and run the ownership, looking for who actually owns that property. And it will show you who owns the property and who is listed on the tax documents as the owner of record, which is the only owner. So regardless of what Catherine is saying, you can go into her county, put her street address in, and lo and behold, it pops up that Catherine and Todd Paulson are the owners of record of her address. They are the ones that owe the property taxes, not any father or father-in-law, not Todd by himself, but the two of them. And refinancing the place might be a little difficult to do if she were to try to transfer it into just Todd's name to take it off the table for any possible legal action. Why? Well, Todd doesn't work. And banks are notorious for not lending money to people who do not have gainful employment and who've had a bankruptcy in their past. And Todd's had a bankruptcy, apparently. So my understanding is they had to put up a huge deposit on this house to get it in cash because one of the guarantors, which would have been Todd, had a bankruptcy. Todd can say all day that he has a business making custom guitars, but putting together guitar kits all day, I don't know how much of a valid business that is. I hope to God he's successful, that brings him money and acclaim and whatever he wants so that he can take care of himself and the child just in case this goes sideways, which it has every indication of going sideways. It's not good that both Catherine and her lawyer missed this date. And for her to claim that they were not given a date and that her lawyer does not understand that under Minnesota's court rules that they had 14 days to answer is just unbelievable. I'm almost of the opinion that the only chance that Catherine has is to say that she had incompetent representation, to fire Graham Martin as her lawyer, and to start afresh with somebody else and throw herself on the mercy of the courts. Since I did my video yesterday, a lot of people have been showing everybody the things that Catherine has said. And she's out there flailing around like a hyperactive octopus, trying to blame this. She blamed it on the courts. She blamed it on 7M. She blamed it on everybody but herself and her lawyer. You know, I guess it's because I'm anal about these things. I would have been having nightmares the night before things were due if they weren't filed. That's just how I am. That's how my brain works. That's how anal I can get about everything under the sun. So to think that all this went down and nobody thought to do a thing just kind of blows my mind. They didn't recognize. The only thing I can figure is that perhaps they were so laser focused on getting that Todd Chrisley declaration that they accidentally did not file, that slipped both their minds. And as an attorney, I can't figure out how it slipped his mind. I can't. This is literally what she's paying him for. She's literally paying him to keep up with this crap. That's what a lawyer is supposed to do. Catherine, ask for your money back. Hire another attorney because this guy ain't it. He is dropping the ball left and right. He said he thought they had filed. He thought. Oh, well, what do I know? I'm just some idiot living in Costa Rica on my retirement and just loving life. Today is going to be a crafting day. I'm excited for doing my second video, which is going to be my craft haul from yesterday and what I've been up to. Trying to finish a full slate of projects. But I couldn't let this lie about the house being not in Catherine's name pass without commenting on it. Yet again, she's told a falsehood. Unless the courts of her county of residence haven't updated the records, and I can't imagine, because she told me this years ago when her and I still talk, that it was in her father-in-law's name or father's name, and that nobody could come after her. Oh my word. I mean, if KJ were to show up and tell me the grass was green and the sky was blue, I would still look. But that's just me. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'll be back shortly with more craft-related things for those of you that cannot abide or stand Catherine Paulson. I am reaching that revulsion level myself. I'm just sitting here and enjoying what I can in a vicarious way.